Coach Sazwan, Coach Cita, apa khabar?
Sehat, alhamdulillah.
Hei, apa macam? Lepas PKP, Operation Padang Bola.
So far, alhamdulillah, starting to get back to normal.
Okay.
Cuma busy nak pastikan operation berjalan lancar, kita fill up the bookings, and then also pastikan staff enforce SOP lah.
Okay.
Especially SOP kemasukan ke dalam padang ni.
Okay.
Sebab kita semua tahu main bola ni contact sports untuk dua dos fully whack je.
Betul.
Tapi banyak percubaan yang menggunakan akaun orang lain, menggunakan akaun wife pun ada.
Serius ah?
Ya. Yeah.
Hui.
MySejahtera tak update lah apa semua. So benda tu kita ada stages kita check lah. Contoh kita check dalam vaksin COVID punya website.
Okay.
Kita type dia punya nombor phone,
Okay,
nombor
lagi.
IC. So dia kata dia dah fully whack, bila kita type kat website tu memang tak, dia tak vaksin apa semua. So macam-macam ada jugalah.
Frekuensi tu kerap tak?
Mula-mula banyak.
Masa dibuka ah?
Masa mula-mula buka, kita ada about 20 to 30 cases per day. Orang cuba yang masuk nak main bola. So sekarang ni dah start kurang sikit
Okay,
lah.
okay. Macam mana after PKP ni kita tahu nak catch up balik? Macam mana coach?
Kita pun semua tahu dalam industri sukan ni kita punya stop start rasanya dah 3 kali.
Dia macam yang the first to stop,
First
the last to
stop, start apa semua kan. So in that period memang kita akan accumulate debt lah, rental, staff, utilities apa semua. Saya rasa dalam approximately dalam 6 bulan untuk properly recover.
Proper recover itu belum termasuk ROI, tak cover the loss?
Belum. Hopefully 6 months lah if we can properly fill up all the bookings apa semua, tak ada penutupan lagi. Everything slowly sekarang kita nampak slowly back to normal lah.
Yalah, lepas kita dah mostly majority dah vaksin ni kan, kita nampak case turun.
Yes.
So ada cahaya lah untuk benda ni akan berterusan.
Macam kita dalam industri sukan ni fight untuk buka tu susah. So bila kita dapat buka ni, that's why kita rasa lain macam sikit bila kita enforce SOP ni. Orang terkejut bila kenapa masuk padang bola kita kena check IC apa semua, check ID apa semua. Cakap kita terpaksa pastikan yang tak ada apa orang cuba scam lah nak masuk ke dalam ni.
Okay, selain daripada manage padang coach, apa lagi yang coach buat? Kesibukan sekarang lah.
Diberi task untuk start satu elite football club di Ardens Arena ni.
Sinilah.
Dia FC Setia Alam.
FC Setia Alam.
So benda ni brand baru, catchment area baru, sebab kita tak pernah buat apa-apa elite academy kat sini. So ini catchment baru, so hopefully kita boleh tap into good players around this area. Dia orang boleh datang. Apa yang kita buat ni, hopefully we start to get away daripada weekend club punya mentality lah, where you cuma train Sabtu Ahad je. Isnin sampai Khamis tak ada buat apa. So apa yang kita nak ubah is for start, kita akan start weekday session 2 kali seminggu, match on the weekend ke apa semua, or hopefully in the future mungkin dah boleh start 3 sessions a week with the match on the weekend.
Adakah berapa kategori coach? Under 16 ke 14 ke?
Untuk sini kita akan start under 8, under 10, under 12 dulu. 3 age group dulu. And then hopefully benda ni akan grow lah, sebab kalau tengok facility sini ada 2 padang. So memang ada ruang untuk nak buat sampai ke under 16, under 18 lah.
Tapi lokasi strategik sebab yelah macam parent boleh hantar anak dia main bola.
Yes.
Diorang boleh jogging kat belakang, shopping ke.
Sini memang, I mean like if you look at the facility, memang parking ada banyak apa semua. It's a great facility untuk start satu proper program for the community around kat sini lah. So kalau ada yang berminat, kita akan buat trial this coming weekend, 30 hari bulan dan 31 hari bulan, 9 pagi di sini. So kalau yang berminat boleh register on the link yang akan provided nantilah.
So adakah coach own the academy? No.
Tak, saya diberi task untuk manage the whole setup. Maknanya from looking for new coaches, getting the correct equipment, the promotion, mencari competition apa semua, dealing with parents which is very fun.
Parent ni sebenarnya yang membuatkan akademi ni dia macam menarik tau. Perangnya dua TV Padang ni.
Yes, tapi benda tu kita try educate parents lah more or less.
Betul.
It is more on education. Apa yang dia orang boleh buat di padang, apa yang dia orang boleh tak boleh buat di padang.
Alright.
How do you deal with losses, even to how do you deal with wins, benda-benda macam tu. Managing dia orang punya expectation, kira banyak jugalah aspek nak kena jaga.
Okay, speaking of owner, ada benda nak sembang ni.
Boleh,
Regarding the
boleh.
ownership
Yeah,
of this one particular thing.
very interesting.
Alright. Okay, sembang pasal ownership of a club ni.
Okay.
Kan? Kita sembang pasal ownership of Newcastle lah sebenarnya daripada Pak Arab ni. Apa investment, apa nama? PIF Public Investment Fund. Dia dah tengok Newcastle. So benda ni jadi macam mana kau nampak pengambil alihan Public Investment Fund ni ke atas Newcastle United?
Okay, Newcastle nak kata very big team tak, but dia orang ada history dia orang.
It's not a big team but they have history.
Ada macam dulu Alan Shearer was there,
Alan Shearer.
Peter Beardsley. Adalah dia tarikan untuk tarik player yang boleh main lah ke sana.
Dia macam Leeds lah.
And yeah, correct.
Okay.
Cuma macam sekarang owner dia memang ada bottomless punya cash.
Sky is the limit.
Yes, sebab kalau kita bandingkan dengan Man City,
Okay.
tak silap owner Man City, the main net worth is about 23 billion.
Around that figure lah. Yeah.
And the Newcastle punya owner ni is about 320 billion. Lebih daripada 10 kali ganda dia punya ni. So basically dia nak beli siapa-siapa pun boleh.
Okay. Tapi kan, takeover ni, dia memanglah takeover football club. Tapi dia diwarnai dengan political interference sebenarnya. Kan ramai yang mengaitkan kes pembunuhan Jamal Khashoggi seolah wartawan ke Arab sana dengan owner yang sekarang. Apa impact dia political punya ni, coach?
Dia
atas takeover ni pasal.
Kalau kita tengok macam contoh Glazers, ada dia punya ada orang yang tak suka.
Suka sampai buat kelab.
Yes, FSG in Liverpool pun sama. Benda ni is a new thing dalam bola sepak moden sekarang.
Okay.
So if you want to be successful, kena ada duit apa semua.
Betul.
So where these owners like Roman Abramovich semua, and political side, probably the fans don't care that much. Ada few yang akan cari isu on.
Fans dia dah bosan dengan Mike Ashley. Dah lama dah.
Yes.
So even though owner diorang ni kontroversi, but diorang macam anggap I don't care what happen in those political thing lah. Ya, aku tahu dia kuasa menang trofi. Menang.
Kira Mike Ashley memang dia buat duit lah kat kelab tu. Because I think he's unwilling to spend to upgrade the team or whatever. Mungkin orang Newcastle lebih faham lah. So ada new owners ni, I think okay, ada fans yang tak berapa setuju.
Yeah.
They'll look into the owners punya background and whatnot. Tapi if you start winning something in the next few years, benda tu saya rasa fans akan
dia macam Abang Abramovich
lupakan.
lah. Abang Abramovich ni jutawan Rusia.
Yes.
Tapi dia ada pasport Israel. Kita tahulah politik Israel.
And God knows apa dia punya background sebelum dia jadi jutawan apa semua
apa yang
ni.
dia buat kan. Contoh,
and it's not easy to become a millionaire dekat Russia.
Betul. And then but fans Chelsea macam I don't care apa yang Abramovich tu buat ataupun ada. Yang aku tahu Chelsea menang Champions League.
Yes, what they care untuk majority fans, apa yang dia orang nak is the result on the field.
Yes.
What silverware trophy that they brings lah. Itu je lah.
Okay coach, jutawan Arab, kita dah tengok tim macam City, PSG kan. Bila Arab masuk, superstar kami. Adakah Newcastle ni bila dah ada Public Investment Fund ni, dia patut contoh dua tim ni ataupun tak apa, kita set kita punya step sendiri. Let's set our rules, slowly but surely.
Saya ada terfikir satu benda. Untuk generate transfer, susah untuk dia buat player masuk.
Susah.
Not easy.
Okay, sebab satu tim akan tekan harga.
Yes.
Dan tak
ataupun
semua
tim tak akan lepaskan player. Itu je.
Dan satu tak semua player nak. Sebab dia akan tengok current player Newcastle.
Yes.
Okay.
Tapi kalau dia tak dapat beli player di January untuk improvekan squad ni, Newcastle bear in mind sekarang bottom 2 bottom 2. Bayangkan end of this season Newcastle is relegated. Apa akan jadi?
Chaos. Sebab pengambil alihan ni pun dapat penentangan daripada klub.
Yes,
Have
and
to be
the
back in
timing saya rasa tak berapa cantik sebenarnya.
Yes, but the only club dekat EPL yang okay dengan takeover ni is City. Maybe sebab geng-geng dia
Yup,
Pak Arab kan.
yup.
Dan apa yang dimahukan oleh kebanyakan klub dekat EPL ni is Newcastle to relegate. That will going to happen.
A bit unfair lah sebab
Unfair.
kalau you tengok with all these macam the big teams
Okay.
you tengok Liverpool, Man City, United, Chelsea apa semua, they all got foreign investors,
Yeah.
foreign ownership
Yeah.
dalam team ni.
Yeah.
So Newcastle can do what they want. Dia ada owner yang ada bottomless cash ni is fair play.
Yeah.
Cuma macam mana dia belanja itu satu. Macam mana kalau dia orang relegated this season, apa yang akan berlaku? Sebab Newcastle is not big enough name untuk January transfer ni to bring in top players. Saya rasa belum lagi.
So
Mungkin in the summer kalau katakan dia orang safe,
okay.
they orang stay in Premiership,
Okay.
then next season maybe dia orang boleh bawa a few good players in slowly and build daripada sana lah.
Okay.
Memang saya rasa mustahil untuk, walaupun dia duit banyak, mustahil untuk dia orang tarik macam players of the Haaland or
Haaland,
Mbappe.
Lewandowski, Mbappe.
Saya rasa susah. Sebab the Newcastle name, sorry to say, is not big enough compared to the United, the City or Liverpool.
Okay. Tapi kan ada saying that Newcastle perlukan big name player untuk attract all these
All
players.
these stars.
Yeah.
So, mungkin dia orang boleh start dengan players yang in big teams yang tak dapat tempat lagi. Let's start it that way.
Okay.
Contoh,
Dekat MU ada Van de Beek ah.
yes, that's one of them. Chelsea mungkin dia boleh ambil Kepa,
Kepa.
which is not getting a game.
Yep.
Kante is also not getting much game.
Yep.
The game time kat situ.
Yep.
Maybe we are talking about Werner. Maybe kalau Chelsea nak lepaskan dia. Liverpool contoh dia boleh ambil Minamino. Susah untuk dapat game. Decent player.
Decent player.
Origi
Oh.
can play.
The hero, Origi.
So ada option dia. Ada option dia untuk start getting these proven Premier League players dulu.
Okay.
And then when these players are around, you start to get into Europa League dulu ke apa ke. Then maybe in the next few years, you can start bringing in the big names lah.
So basically you don't have to follow City and PSG punya step.
Yeah. Even City masa mula-mula take over pun, they don't straight away pergi ambil big stars.
Big stars.
Dia ambil macam
Fabinho.
Sam Nasri and all these players kan. So they don't go big straight away, sign De Bruyne ke apa semua tak.
Betul.
Dia start daripada proven Premier League players yang dia orang rasa can work with the club philosophy apa semua.
Yeah.
Tapi and again you look back to coach dia lah, siapa yang available sekarang.
Yes. Okay, we done talking about the players. Now we talking about the coaches. We know Steve Bruce dah left the club.
Dah left the club.
So, the question is, who's going to be the next manager? If you are in position of choosing the managers adalah dekat Newcastle, what are the criteria? First thing first. Apa style of play yang sesuai dengan Newcastle?
Apa yang owner tu nak
Apa
sebenarnya
yang owner tu nak?
itu yang
Yeah.
they have to be compatible.
Okay.
Between the owner and the manager.
Okay.
So the manager kena buy into the owner's punya project.
Okay.
Apa yang dia nak. What funding he will get.
Okay.
Apa yang dia dapat semua ni kan.
Okay.
Then you need, tapi sebenarnya before even that process, you kena start to look at who is available.
Adakah memang there's a lot of manager yang world class available. Tapi adakah mereka patut ambil macam yang biasa-biasa tu?
Yang manager yang
Let's
world
say
class
Lampard lah.
available. Lampard maybe can work. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mungkin boleh. Tapi it's very important untuk manager tu tahu apa yang dia akan dapat untuk dibelanjakan untuk beli players. Will he get 100% punya decision?
Okay.
Ataupun decision untuk beli player ni melibatkan owners punya agreement,
representative,
dia punya football director punya decision apa
Yes.
semua. So that's very, kira bukan mudah lah, walaupun ada duit,
But
dia bukan mudah untuk just start spending je. I'm sure kalau Newcastle datang kata, oh I want Klopp to come to Newcastle,
Klopp,
I don't think Klopp will go.
Yeah. Even though, okay, Klopp, I have 400 million to spend for you to spend.
I doubt so. The reason is Klopp is quite successful dekat Liverpool.
Okay.
Kalau coaches yang, actually Zidane is available, isn't it?
Yeah.
So mungkin itu satu option untuk dia orang lah.
But tapi the cabaran untuk Newcastle is to convince them
Yes.
to manage the current player.
Yeah.
Sebab yelah memang kita sekarang bulan 10, 11, 12. Tapi ada you have 2 months full of fixture yang you need to win.
Then can you buy players in January? Dia berani tak datang? What if kalau katakan Zidane datang, tak dapat beli player yang dia nak, and then they end up getting relegated? Would these big names punya manager gamble nama dia orang dalam kalau Newcastle is currently 6th place, 7th place, I rasa no problem.
Fine, let ada chance lah.
Yes, sebab sekarang dia dah bottom 2, and straight away kalau manager yang masuk, you are straight away more or less thinking about relegation dogfight. So akan jadi masalah lah kat situ.
Sebab first thing first, yang owner akan cakap dekat the new coaches is lift this team from this bottom group. I want, let's say on January we have net 10.
Then probably manager akan tanya balik, how much money I get to buy players in January? And which player can we get? That's where comes the whoever they appoint as a football director or sporting director lah.
Yep. Okay. Ini footballing director or sporting director adalah salah satu figure bagi saya lah yang selalu dipandang rendah tau. Macam
tapi dia orang business deal maker.
Yes, but let's say dalam hal transfer kita boleh angkat macam player seperti Ronaldo, agent siapa, Jorge Mendes, Mino Raiola, Haaland. Tapi kita kurang bagi perhatian dekat siapa yang memungkinkan deal tu jadi antara dua parti.
Yep.
Kita dah sembang pasal player, pasal coaches. This footballing sport atau sporting director dekat Newcastle, adakah sama penting dengan dua benda tadi?
Very important. Sebab dia yang akan try to make deals happen. He has to bring deals to the table, like owner is okay, coach is okay, and then you go. And I tak tahu how Newcastle is going to operate.
Yeah.
End of the day, kalau dia nak dump in just nak beli saja, I think they'll get into trouble with the financial fair play.
Yeah.
So nak tak
strict,
nak, dia pun kena start to sell players at a good price
Yeah.
to recoup money. Can he do that? Like kalau kita ambil contoh Michael Edwards in Liverpool, he's very good at that, in getting good money, selling players, and then also manage to get good deals in return. Players yang coach nak at the price where the owners are agree to spend.
Ya, sebab you tak boleh buy macam.
Dia tak boleh terus pergi beli je, yes.
Kan? So, nak balance benda tu, coaches can do it. Even technical director pun tak boleh buat sebenarnya.
Yeah.
Because he only involved with the coaches.
Yes.
So, this sporting and sporting director ni, yang footballing director ni yang akan main peranan.
Yang akan main peranan and ikut persetujuan pada dia punya manager lah.
And I believe Newcastle tak boleh main ambil. Contoh bekas director Milan, Real Madrid, dia main ambil.
Dia kena cari someone that is in the market.
Sebab market Premier League ni lain.
Yes.
It's very very strict market. Dia macam ketat tau, macam all those macam sporting director, footballing director yang kerja dekat EPL pun yang tak adalah terkenal. But they very good at making deals.
Dia tak terkenal tapi dia influential in the world of football.
Ya, macam okay, let's say Mariano Garcia Chelsea kan. Macam mana dia boleh influence all the Kai Havertz, Timo Werner masa lapan.
Bukan senang untuk attract.
Yeah.
And you're talking about Chelsea.
Now
you're talking about Newcastle. What you have to do untuk attract these big stars to come, itu big challenge.
Okay. Alright, after we discuss semua benda tu kan, every player, manager, coaches, sporting atau football director, the question remain is, berapa lama Newcastle dia akan start to kick in into macam the good footballing term, and then they start to win? Berapa lama?
That based on bila dia dapat coach dia,
okay,
siapa yang dia boleh beli untuk January ni untuk survive in Premier League.
Okay.
Kalau dia get relegated, what happen after that?
Yes.
Kalau dia survive, then probably dia boleh start to look at, macam kita cerita tadi, players yang dia boleh beli dalam Premier League to boost up the squad. And then probably in the summer, then dia kena start look at top players yang kurang match time di kelab-kelab besar ni.
Okay, let's say Newcastle dalam satu situasi di mana mereka dapat a decent manager. They got a decent player in January and they survive the EPL. Let's say lah number 10 or number 11, 12. Let's say the next season, the new season kan, they're starting to buy all these macam Coutinho, Kepa, Ross Barkley, Van de Beek.
Tapi these players yang baru sebut ni, I don't think will win you the Premier League. If you look at the squad of Chelsea yang ada, the Man City,
Yep.
the Liverpool, it's not easy. Now you're even looking at West Ham is at the top
Yes.
6 of the
Yes,
table,
betul,
and
betul,
West Ham actually got decent squad. They got Declan Rice kat sana, Antonio is there.
Belum
It's
lagi
quite
macam Everton.
Soucek. It's got balanced squad. So kalau Newcastle wants to nak kena start talking about winning things, not easy. You're looking at about 4-5 years maybe.
4-5 years, maybe the first year after they get a complete squad tu, maybe they only challenge like
Mungkin dia
10
punya
top
proses lah, mungkin top 10 and then you start to
The
get to
following season,
Europa.
top 7.
Sebab basically as a football club ni, apa yang attract these top players is Champions League.
10. Even Europa League can have
Yeah.
play.
Susah sikit kot. I think Liverpool struggle at one time masa
during the
masa
final.
kita tak masuk Champions League apa tu. Bukan senang nak dapat player untuk datang. So unless you campak cash lah. So like then it goes back to the manager. See how the manager values the player. Dia nak player yang datang sebab kerana duit, ataupun dia nak player yang really passion about playing for him, playing for the club. So itu benda tu faktor besar lah. So I think that one thing Klopp did well for Liverpool is they managed to dapatkan player yang betul-betul nak main untuk club tu, nak betul-betul let's go out there and get results.
Okay, that's it, coach. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Sembang-sembang
Yeah,
hari ni
thank
kan.
you for having me.
Okay, thank you,
Alright,
coach.
see you soon.
Okay, thank you.
Alright.